Hello friends, welcome to IAS at Speed of Light, and this is the fifth part of modern history mnemonics, and in this part we are going to study the year by year activities in our freedom struggle. Let's start with year 1905. 05 becomes knife. 5 is knife, okay? The picture for digit 5, it was knife. We should use Swadeshi knives and forceful partition using knives. So two things which we want to relate with year 1905, it was the Swadeshi movement. Now, Swadeshi is something which is made in our own country. Swa means our and Desh means our country. So something which is made or manufactured in our own country. So Swadeshi knives and partition of Bengal. So you can see people who are coming with knives, and they are the dons, and they are forcing people to do the partition, to leave the country and go to the other country. So Swadeshi resolution and partition. Okay, and the partition during this time, it was cousin or surgeon. If you remember, surgeons can divide the state like they divide the two organs of the body. So surgeon or cousin was the governor general that time. It was actually planned. It was the brain of Curzon, this partition of Bengal, but it actually came into effect when Minto II came into power. The date of partition was 16th October. 16th October. Now you can remember this also. 16 is, we know, is sweet candy. 16, sweet 16 becomes sweet candy, and October becomes octopus. So you can further go into that thing, but it is not actually required for UPSC say. So 16th October it got partitioned. So two things: Swadeshi knives, that is the Swadeshi movement, and the partition. And another thing which we want to link with this year 1905 is Indian House in London, which was set up by Shyamji. So in all Indian houses, okay, in all Indian houses we have idol of Shyam. Like Shyam is the name of Lord Krishna also. So you just see a picture where you're having idol where Lord Krishna is having knife in his hand. Okay, so Shyamji is the Lord Shyam or the Lord Krishna, and Indian house. So Indian house in London, it was set up by Shyamji to promote the work of Indian freedom. Coming to the next year now, which is 06. 06 is Sixer or the transgenders or Chakes, like this picture, and they're dancing after the formation of Muslim League in Dhaka. Okay, so 06 or transgenders, we are relating it with the formation of Muslim League. 07 is heaven, and we have already learned it last time. Rasmalai, Ras Bihari Bose, 07, it got split into two. So 1907 heaven, we link it with the Surat split or the face split. You can see this girl face, it is getting splitted into two parts. Coming to the next year, which is 1909, 9 becomes wine. Okay, 19 becomes wine. So wine inside Minto candies. So 1909, we want to link it with Morley Minto reforms. So Minto, we already have a picture of Minto with us, that is of Minto candy. Okay, so now if Minto candy comes in front of you, all those informations which we have linked previously, like Travancore, Rebellion of Travancore, Treaty of Amritsar, so many things we linked, Swadeshi movement, these all things we linked with Minto. So Morley Minto reforms. Minto is wine. Minto candy is having wine inside it. So 09 becomes wine, and wine inside Minto candy. Let's go ahead to the next year. It is 1911. 11 is T, 1 is T and T. So it becomes Tata. So Tata Nano. So this year we want to link two information. One is transfer of capital, and second is the annulment of partition. So transfer of capital from Calcutta to Delhi. So in Delhi, all people use Tata Nano only. So once you went to Delhi and you saw there, it's a capital city, and people use Tata Nano only because Tata Nano is small in size. It's convenient to use in traffics. And after partition, people were being taken back to their homes using Tata Nano. So it is the annulment of partition. The Bengal partition, what they did in 1905, it was again taken back. Okay, annulment means taken back. So 11 is 1911, it becomes TT or Tata Nano, and to information annulment of Bengal partition and the transfer of capital from Calcutta to Delhi. 13, 1913, 13 is unlucky, unlucky 13 or danger, right? So in Gadar movie, role of Sunny Deol is really dangerous. Okay, this picture is a family picture with you, and in this place we saw a picture of Lalu Prasad Yadav, okay, or Lala Hardayal, who actually formed Gadar party. And which year it was formed? It was in 1930. 13 is danger or dangerous. In Gadar movie, role of Sunny Deol is really dangerous. Coming to the next year, which is 1914. 14, 1 is T and 4 is R. So it becomes tire. Okay. Tire, we want to relate Coma Gata Maru incident. So patient went into coma and died coming under tire. Coma Gata Maru incident. Coma is patient going into coma. Maru means marana or dying, okay, or beating. So patient went into coma, and the person was traveling in was going by walking, and went into coma and fall into the roadside, and then came under the tire. So tire, that is TR 14, 1914, we are linking it with Coma Gata Maru incident. Coma is going to coma, and Maru becomes Mana or beating or dying. 1915. 15 is our picture is of check. We get our payment checks on 15th of every month. Okay, this is how we related. 1915. 15 becomes the check. So Gandhiji returned to India after getting his paycheck from South Africa. And he returned on 9th of January, and this becomes the Pravasi Day. 9 January 1915. So Gandhiji returned to India after getting his paycheck. Okay, see a picture where Gandhiji is taking the paycheck from South Africa and then coming back to India. That is 1915. Coming to next year, that is 1916. 16 is sweet. 16 becomes sweet candy, and it is Home Rule League. We see the formation of Home Rule League by ants and by ball. Mothers who want to rule the home gives candy to the kids, and we saw the picture also where ants ruling home, that is Annie Besant started Home Rule League, and then Bal Gangadhar. Coming to the next year, which is 1917. 17 is magazine. Okay, the magazine 17. This is the picture of 17 magazine for the teenagers, a magazine, US magazine for teenagers. So Gandhiji doing satyagraha for magazine girl Champakali. So what we want to relate here is 1917, which is magazine, and Gandhiji's first satyagraha was Champagarh satyagraha. So Champagarh, Champaran, our image will be of a Champakali. So Champaran, our picture is of Champakali. Champakali is a name of a girl. Champakali. So Gandhiji doing satyagraha for magazine girl Champakali. So you can see this picture here of the girl, foreign girl, but we can call her now Champa. So Champa, Gandhiji doing satyagraha for magazine girl Champakali. Another thing, if you remember, 1917, what we related, aunts were in Kolkata, aunts were reading magazine. So it was also the Congress session, okay, where NEB Singh, the first woman president of INC, took part in the Congress session, or became the first president of Congress session. Coming to the next year, that is 1919 now. These three are important for, but we will study in conceptual part also. That is Champaran, then Ahmedabad mill strike, and then you have Kheda Satyagraha. Right, so 1917 we see Champaran movement, 1918 we see Ahmedabad mill strike, and the Kheda Satyagraha as well by Gandhiji. So these were the three initial satyagrahas by Mahatma Gandhi. Let's go to the next year and see 1919. 19, if you remember, it is our picture is of golf stick. 19, if you 1, and then 9 if you make like this, so it becomes looks like golf stick. So our picture for 19 is golf stick. So 1919 is golf stick. What we want to remember here is Rowdy Rota hitting people with golf stick. We have already seen our picture for Rowlatt Act. Okay, Rowlatt Act. It was Rowdy Rota movie of Akshay Kumar. So Rowdy Rota hitting people with golf stick. So you can see that picture in your mind where Akshay Kumar being a rowdy, okay, in Rowdy Rata, hitting people with golf stick. You can see here this particular boy, he's having golf stick in his hand and he's beating the person. So people were killed in Jallianwala Bagh by golf stick. And another thing, initially we related with the Governor Generals when we were doing. So what we related with the Rowdy Rata, what the profession of Akshay Kumar in that movie was, he was a chemist, and chemist was Chelmsford. Okay, so Chelmsford, Rowlatt Act, and 1919 hitting people with golf stick, and Jallianwala Bagh, again people were hit with golf stick in Jallianwala Bagh. And this year we also see Chelmsford reforms. Okay, so the 1919 Government of India Act. 1919 Government of India Act. Initially it was Minto reforms, smaller Minto reforms, and it was 1909 Government of India Act. So after Jallianwala Bagh massacre, one hunter was appointed to hunt for the culprit. So after this Jallianwala Bagh massacre, where thousands of people killed, okay, was killed by General Dyer. Okay, General Dyer was the person who ordered the firing on those innocent people. So after this whole massacre, one hunter, okay, one person who was very aggressive, so people used to call him Hunter, was appointed to hunt for the culprit. So one Hunter Commission Hunter Inquiry Commission was set up by the British government to look out for the possible inquiries on Jallianwala Bagh massacre. There are two Hunter Commissions. First is this for the Jallianwala Bagh, and another was related with the education that we will see in some time from now. Coming to the next year, which is 1920. 20 is a pack of cigarette for us. So Nags asking to boycott people who smoke, and they want Swaraj or their self-rule. So it is the Nagpur session in 1920, where people, they are asking for to leave the smoke. Okay, to smoke we are relating it with cigarette, and they want Swaraj or their self-rule. So resolution of Swaraj, and also a boycott. So resolution and boycott. So these nags, okay, these snakes, they are asking us to boycott all those people who smoke, and they want their Swaraj or their self-rule. So see an image where so many snakes or nags, they come to you and they are saying you should boycott all those people who smoke. And also one more thing is, we want our own rule, why we snakes cannot rule, and we should not cooperate with smokers. So non-cooperation movement also we relate it with 1920, starting with the 1920. So 1920 cigarette, uh, s- snakes coming, Nagpur session of Congress, resolution of demanded Swaraj and resolution of boycott, and also we see resolution of non-cooperation movement. We should not cooperate with the smokers. Okay, 1922. 22, 2 is N. So NN. Now our picture is of Nana Patekar, okay, a very aggressive man in Bollywood industry. So Nana really hate chores, okay. What we want to remember here is a Chauri Chaura incident. Chauri Chaura incident. So from Chauri Chaura incident, we get chores or chori or thieves. Initially, if you remember, Chauri Chaura, we related it with Lord Reading. Okay, some chori had happened at your library, so library was your reading room. So Lord Reading, we related it to Chauri Chaura. Now another thing we are relating it is Nana Patekar. Nana is N, that is 22. So we relate 22 with Chauri Chaura incident. And he is very aggressive. We all know, we have all seen his movies. He's very aggressive and always want his own rule. That is Swaraj rule. So we also see the formation of Swaraj party in the year of 1922, and why it got formed, who formed them, what was the reason, and then what they did, what were the achievements of Swaraj party. These all things we will cover in the conceptual part. Coming to the next year, which is 1925. N and L. 2 is N, 5 is L. Nail. Initially, we remembered Nail with Naidu, or Sarojini Naidu became the first president, woman president, Indian woman president. So, train robbery using nails. See this picture here, where these people, they are robbing this train using their nails. Okay, nails are important, and see them in broad picture. Okay, big nails. So nails, you are robbing the train. We Kakarori rail robbery. Okay, it happened in 1925. Also nail, we are linking it with train robbery. 1927. 2 is N, 7 is K. So Nike shoes. So your Nike shoes were stolen from Sai Baba temples. You went to the Sai Baba temple, you put your shoes, Nike shoes, very expensive shoes, outside only, and when you returned, they were lost. I mean, somebody took them. So Simon Commission becomes Sai Baba. It was the formation of Simon Commission in 1927. So 1927 we see the formation of Simon Commission, and the picture for Simon Commission is Sai Baba. Coming to the next year, which is 1928. 28, it is N and 8 is V. 8 is V and F both, but N and F we don't get a good picture, so we get N and V. That is Navy. Now Navy, we have a good picture with us, the ships of Navy or the soldiers of Navy. So arrival of Sai Baba on Indian naval ship. So Indian Navy ship, you see a picture where Sai Baba is coming to India sitting on ship. So 1928, it is NB, or arrival of Sai Baba, that is Simon Commission in year 1928. Nehru made a report sitting on Navy ship. We say Nehru report. So arrival of Sai Baba, that is arrival of Simon Commission on Indian Navy ship. Then Nehru writing a report on the Navy ship. You can see again Nehru sitting on the open ship and writing some report. So it is Nehru report. A formation of HSRA. HSRA, it is actually Hindustan Socialist Republic Association, but it's very difficult to get a picture of this complete name. So what we do is we remove this S, so it becomes HRA. HRA now is house rent allowance, okay, which we get when we join services. We get HRA, that is house rent allowance. So Navy people don't get any HRA, house rent allowance, because they have to live on ships. So Navy, that is 28, 2 is N and 8 is V. So Navy, we are relating it with house rent allowance. Navy people are not given house rent allowance because they live in ships only. So 1928. Coming to the next year, 1929. 29 is 2 is N and 9 is P, NAP. So first thing we related with NAP with it was the Nehru Dream and the Poon Swaraj and Hor, that is Lahore. This thing we have already related with 1929. Now let us see. Jinnah shouting in dreams that I want my 14 points to be made through. Poon Suraj we have already linked. Now Jinnah shouting in dreams. You can see this Jinnah, he was sleeping and suddenly in sleeping only while he was sleeping he started shouting that I want my 14 points to be made. So Jinnah's 14 points in terms of like when we will see the conceptual, when Nehru report was presented, Jinnah gave some 14 points of his own after that Nehru report. Coming to the next year, which is 1930. 30 is M and S, that becomes mess, your food place like mess, your college messes. So first Independent Day celebration in your food mess. So you are in your college and your food mess, you were celebrating the first Independence Day. People don't obey the rules of mess. Okay, 1930 we also see civil disobedience. Okay, disobedience means not obeying the civil laws, not obeying the laws established by the authority, and people normally don't follow any laws of mess. So mess we are relating it with civil disobedience, like not obeying the laws, and Independence Day, first Independence Day, and also after that disobedience, Dandi March. Dandi March to give good food in mess. So it becomes more clear actually once you will go through the conceptual part also. So these all events will be linked in your mind, like what happened. Civil disobedience movement was started with the Dandi March of Gandhiji. Coming to 1931, 31 is M and it is T. 3 is M and 1 is T. So it becomes MAT. Initial thing what we remembered, it was the Karachi session. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was the president. Sardar was doing the karate on that Karachi session, and what he was saying, fundamental rights and national economic policy. Another thing what is important with this is Jawaharlal Nehru actually presented these fundamental rights and national economic policy. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was the president of that Congress session, 1931 Karachi session. This year we also see Gandhiji washing mat with Rin. Okay, Gandhi Irwin Pact. Gandhiji washing his mat. Okay, see a picture where Gandhiji is washing his mat. Okay, it has become very dirty, so he's washing his mat with Rin. So Gandhi Irwin Pact also we see in 1931. Coming to the next year, which is 1932. 3 is M and 2 is N, so it becomes moon. McDonald's giving moon along with burgers to specific community people. What we want to remember is McDonald's Communal Award. Okay, McDonald's Communal Award, and McDonald's we already have a picture of McDonald's and a specific community. So what happened once you went to the McDonald's to buy a burger, and that person, he was giving a moon to some other community people. So that is how they are distinguishing now McDonald's. So how they are distinguishing? By giving moon to specific people. So MN, that is 32, 1932 moon, we are linking it with McDonald's Communal Award. Pune people has a pact with moon. Okay, so all those people who are living in city of Pune in Maharashtra, they have a pact with moon. They have made one pact with the moon, like they can see it all day around. Like normally we can see moon only in the night time, but Pune people, they have made such an arrangement with the moons that they can see it all day around. So what we want to remember here is the Pune Pact. Okay, 1932. First is the Communal Award. The moon, once 1932 comes, or MN moon comes, first thing should be the Communal Award, McDonald's Communal Award. Second thing is Pune Pact. Okay, the Pune people, they made a pact. 1934. 3 is M and 4 is R, mayor. We see the formation of CSP, or CSP is BSP for us. Formation of BSP, during the formation of BSP, mayors of all cities were present there. Let's move to the next year, that is 40. 4 is R, 0 is S, rose. So this is first time Muslim League demanding for separation in Lahore session. Okay. So Muslim League demanding for separation by giving those. They want peaceful separation of India and Pakistan. So Muslim League people, you can see now Muslim League people, they are having those and they are giving it to the Hindu people, asking for the separation in Lahore session. 1942 we see another thing. What we want to remember here with 1940 or those is the August offer. August offer, we initially linked this August offer with Lord Linlithgow, or that is light. Linlithgow becomes light for us. So August offer. One more August offer comes where you get free roses, okay, because it's a month of 15th August, your Independence Day. So August offer was in the year 1940. That is rose. Another year which we left in between, it is 1936. That is MG or mug. We want to relate it with the formation of All India Kisan Sabha. All India Kisan Sabha. Now you can relate All Indian Kisans, the farmers, with mugs with them. Next year 42, 1942, or it becomes rain. R, 4 is R, 2 is N, so rain. First thing is Cripps proposal, crispy chips spoiled in rain. So Cripps becomes crispy, okay? Cripps becomes crispy, or what things are crispy? Chips are crispy. So crispy chips, you by mistake you left outside, and in vain all those crispy chips got spoiled. So crispy or Cripps proposal, rain, RN, that is 42. Rains have almost quitted India. So quit India movement in 1942. Initially we linked it with Lord Linlithgow also. That is, light has also left India. And rains have also left India. So no rains, no light. Rains is RN 42. 1942 we linked to information Cripps proposal, that is crispy chips, and quit India. 1945 we get 4 is R, 5 is L. So it is rail, and we want to relate rail with Shimla conference. Shimla conference, and it was during Lord Wavell. So Wavell was waved for us. Again, you can see whole of Shimla city. It got destroyed by the strong waves. Okay, waves or Wavell, and rail. We are going on rail to Shimla. Okay, Shimla is a famous hill station, and there are some very beautiful railway tracks which are laid there by the railways. So going Shimla on rail. Next year 46, that is RG or Rog. Rog is sickness. Rog is a Hindi word for sickness. All cabinet ministers fall sick. So cabinet mission. You are hearing news and they are saying like all cabinet ministers of India, they have fallen sick. Okay, sick is Rog, RG, Rog. So cabinet mission or cabinet ministers, we are linking it with 46. 4 is R and G, Rog. So our picture is Rog, sick. Let's come to some other personalities which are important from social religious movements. So first person is Raja Ram Mohan Roy, or Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Our picture would be of Raja Ram. Okay, and this is Raja Ram, Lord Ram, with all Hanuman, Bharat, Lakshman, Shatrughan, Ma Sita. So Raja Ram, he is known as the father of modern India. Okay, father of modern India, in the sense he in the Ramayana we hear or we have heard like how he has managed his whole empire kingdom, and his rule was known as Ram Rajya. Like, I mean, in that Ram Rajya, people were having no fear about anything, so, and all people were really prosperous and happy. So that is how he has set up an example for the modern India. So that is how he is the father of modern India, Raja Ram. Okay, Raja Ram, father of modern India. Title Raja, this Raja title he got from Akbar II. Now Akbar, our picture is of Hrithik Roshan, right? From medieval history. Akbar movie, Akbar is Hrithik Roshan, and 2 is cycle. So Hrithik Roshan on cycle went to the temple of Raja Ram. You can see Hrithik Roshan cycling to the temple of Raja Ram. Title Raja from Akbar 2. Muhaffat ul Muhaddin. Tuhfat ul Muhaddin. So Tuhfat becomes Tuhfa. Raja Ram giving gift to you. You went to the temple of Raja Ram and Raja Ram himself appeared there and giving a gift to you. So Tuhfat ul Muwahadin or Tohfa, we are relating it with Raja Ram. Setting up of Atmiya Sabha or Atmiya Sabha. Atmiya becomes Atma. Okay, Atma is soul. All Atma finally go to the Lord Rajaram. Lord Rajaram is the universal God, is the supreme single soul of whole universe. So all souls of the world, after dying, after going out from this material body, it goes to the Lord Ram, or it mixes it with the universal soul. Setting up of Brahmo Samaj, or Brahmo Samaj is Brahma. In year 1828. 28 again is NV, that is Navy. So Brahmaji, you can have a picture of Brahmaji who is driving this whole ship. Okay, Brahmaji in 1828. Initially 1928, what all things we remembered? If you can recall it, Navy. First is Sai Baba coming, that is Simon Commission. Then second thing it was Navy, Nehru Report, right? And formation of HSRA, that is House Rent Allowance, they don't need. So these all things were related with 1928. Now again 1828 we want to learn Brahmo Samaj. Okay, Brahmo Samaj, our picture is of Brahma, Lord Brahma. So even Brahmaji worship Raja Ram sitting on Navy ship. He saved Sita ji to be a Sati and anti-Sati. 1929 NAP. So in 1829 we see anti-Sati law being passed by William Bentinck. William Bentinck, if you remember, William was villain for us and villain was Amrish Puri, and we related him, he was burning women like Sati in his movies. So anti-Sati, Lord Ram, we have heard in Ramayana, Lord Ram took the Agni Pariksha of Sati, but actually to show like how good morally he is, and he knew that Sita would pass this Agni Pariksha or the examination of fire. So he saved Sita ji to be a Sati. So anti-Sati, we are relating it with Raja Ram Mohan Roy. And Vidyasagar, if you remember, Vidyasagar, we related it with remarriage. Okay, Vidya Balan did remarriage. And in which year it was passed? 1829. So 29 is Nab, and he could not let it happen even in sleep. Okay, Lord Ram could not let it happen. Raja Ram could not let it happen even in sleep. And P, that is nap, sleep, or dwe. Initially, what all things we related with the 29 in 1929? Nap, it was Nehru, dreams, Hor came, Lahore, asking for Purna Swaraj. Yes, Purna Swaraj. And another thing, it was Jinnah shouting in dreams about his 14 points. Right. Let's move ahead to Keshav Chandra Sen, that is KC Sen, and our picture for KC Sen, it would be Riya Sen. Riya Sen is a very beautiful Bollywood heroine, actress. So Riya Sen is going to have a picture for Keshav Chandra Sen or KC Sen. First thing is goodwill fraternity. So from goodwill fraternity we get good family. Okay, so Riya Sen comes from a very good family, a family of Munmun Sen. So good family. She is from very good family. She goes to satsang every day. Satsang. From satsang we get Sangat Sabha. So goodwill, fraternity, good family, and satsang we get Sangat Sabha. She is like a bomb for magazine. She is so beautiful and not. She is like a bomb for magazine. So Bambodini Patrika. Bambodini we get bomb. and Patrika is magazine. So bomb for magazine. She's like a bomb for magazine. So she's a beauty of Bengal. Yes, she is a Bengali. So beauty of Bengal. And Thunderbolt of Bengal. He is also known as K.C. Sen, Keshav Chandra Sen, as the Thunderbolt of Bengal. Thunderbolt of Bengal or Beauty of Bengal. So who is the Beauty of Bengal? It is Riya Sen. That is Thunderbolt of Bengal, Keshav Chandra Sen. He prays to Lord Brahma, or he Brahmo Samaj. He was associated with Brahmo Samaj. She is having all the mirrors of India. Like women have this fantasy or they have this tendency to look in the mirrors all the time. So she is very rich and she is having all the mirrors of India. So we wrote one book, Mirror of India. She married when she was a kid. So what we want to remember here is child marriage. We are relating it with K.C. Sen, or K.C. Sen is Riya Sen for us. You can now imagine Riya Sen got married when she was a kid. So now three people. First is Raja Ram. Raja Ram, we relate it with Sati. She saved Mata Sita to be a Sati. Vidyasagar. Vidyasagar, it was remarriage. Widow remarriage, and Bethune schools or the girls education, Vidyasagar, and now the third person, that is Keshav Chandra. So this is how we will remember for each and every one. Raja Ram we associated with Sati, William Bentinck we associated with Sati, remarriages we associated with Vidyasagar, Bethune schools, okay, the schools for the education of girls we related it with again Vidyasagar, and now K.C. Sen we are relating it with the child marriages. Coming to the next person now, and he is Devendranath Tagore. Devendranath Tagore. From Tagore we get tag, okay, a tag. Normally you tag it, okay, on Facebook pictures you tag people, okay, or these are the tags which you tags the items. So tagging the rishi, he is also known as Maharshi, okay. Devendranath Tagore is also known as Maharshi. So what happened one day, one rishi, okay, one saint or one sage, he was meditating like this, and you went to him and you just put a tag on him, tag like this. So tagging the rishi, okay, Maharshi, tag is Tagore, Devendranath Tagore. Tattva Bodhini Sabha. Devendranath Tagore was associated with Tattva Bodhini Sabha. So Tattva Bodhini, if you remember, we linked it. Tattva was Tata, or we related it with Akshay Kumar, or the Akshay Kumar was our picture for Akshay Kumar Datta. Okay, so Akshay Kumar Datta, and again now we are linking Devendranath Tagore or tag Tata Namak. So you bought the Tata Namak and you tagged it. In your mind, you just see that picture. You are having a tag, and you went to the rishi and you tagged it. Now you are having a tag. You tagged the Tata Namak or Tattva Bodhini Sabha. Information which we want to remember here for Tattva Bodhini Sabha, it was to keep people to save the Hindu religion from Christian missionaries. Okay, the purpose of this Tattva Bodhini Sabha, and how to remember it. People keep with themselves Tata salt to save themselves from Christian missionaries, so that they cannot convert them to be a Christian. Okay, so Tata Namak or Tattva Bodhini, we relate first with Akshay Kumar Datta, now with Devendranath Tagore. The Tagore becomes tag, and now people are keeping Tata Namak to save themselves from Christian missionaries. So this was the association actually which was started to check the practices of Christian missionaries. Coming to the Pratna Sabha now, we are doing the social and religious reform movements in the 19th century. So Pratna Sabha, Pratna means prayer, okay, doing prayers. Pratna is a Hindi word for prayer. Maharashtra saints, in Pratna Sabha, we see they established the practices or the principles which were started by the various Maratha saints like Namdev, Eknath, Tukaram. There are so many Maratha saints. So these all Maratha saints, we link it with prayers. Okay, these all Maratha saints used to pray a lot, or Pratna Sabha is prayer. Now, the people who were associated with Pratna Sabha were, first was Atmaram. Okay, and if we do prayer daily, we can meet our Atma. Okay, the prime purpose of our living is to meet our Atma, to meet our soul, to know like who we are actually. Going beyond this material body, we are something else, and our Vedas, they say we are the soul. Okay, we are not this body, we are the soul, or we are the Atmas. So Atmaram, if we do prayer daily, okay, if we meditate daily, we will attain that Atma Sakshatkarhood, or knowing oneself that I am not this materialistic body, I am the soul. So Atma Ram, we link it with Pratna Sabha. Jagannath. So prayers in Jagannath temple. Jagannath was also a picture for Orissa, Jagannath Puri. Again this Jagannath is coming up. So Jagannath, we are doing prayer in Jagannath temple. Vishnu, prayer of Lord Vishnu. Chiplunkar. So Chiplunkar, we get chips. Okay. So chips, small electronic chips of prayers. Okay, so we get these the chips of prayers. So once you fit that chips in your mind, so many prayers will start coming out of you automatically. So chips of prayers. So the person which we associated with Pratna Sama, first is Atmaram, right? Second is Jagannath, third is Vishnu, and fourth is Chiplunkar. And this Pratna Sabha, it is also known as protesting Hinduism. Okay, and protesting Hinduism, we get Hindus who are protesting. Okay, this is the picture where Hindus are protesting, and why they are protesting? Because they are not getting right to pray. Okay, so Pratna Sabha becomes prayer, and Pratna Sabha is also known as protesting Hinduism, or Hindus who are protesting on the streets because they are not getting chance to pray. Keshav Chand Sen, KC Sen. See this picture, Riya Sen. Riya Sen was our picture for KC Sen or Keshav Chand Sen, whom we linked with child marriage. Yes, she got married when she was a kid. KC Sen also was associated with Pratna Sabha, or see here where the Riya Sen is praying. Rana Day. Our picture for Rana Day will be Rahane. Okay, Rahane, a cricketer Rahane, who was playing for Rajasthan Royals this year, and also a very good opening batsman now in the Indian cricket team. He is the father of finance in Western India, and he was associated with the passing of Widow Remarriage Act. Widow remarriage, we linked it with Vidyasagar, right? Now we are related Rana Day also. Mahadev Govind Rana Day. So Rana Day becomes Rahane. So these two information we want to link with the cricketer Rahane. Let's do some of the peasants movements. Okay, the peasant movements. The first revolt which we want to discuss is the Santhal rebellion, and the first thing now which you should be having in your mind is Santhal is sandal for us, and whom we linked it with, it was the Lord Dalhousie. Okay, the horse, Dalhousie was horse for us, and horse was taking bath from the sandal soap. So Santhal rebellion becomes sandal for us, and it happened in year 1855, and 55 is 55, that is Lalu Prasad Yadav. Lala Hardayal also was Lalu Prasad Yadav for us, so it's not very difficult. 1855, 55 is also Lalu Prasad Yadav for us. So Lalu Prasad Yadav doing Sandal Ghotala, okay, Chada Ghotala, now Sandal Ghotala. It happened around Rajmahal's hills in the east of Bengal, sandalwoods around Rajmahal, and Sindhu cutting sandalwoods. These are the two major leaders of this rebellion, Santhal rebellion, it was Sindhu and Kana. From Sidhu we get Sidhu, okay, Navjot Singh Sidhu, cutting sandalwood trees. So Sidhu, you can see having a axe in his hands, and he's trying to cut the sandal trees. So Sidhu becomes Sidhu Navjot Singh Sidhu, relating it with Sandal, that is Santhal's rebellion. And Sidhu and Kahanu were the two leaders who were associated with the Santhal rebellion. So Santhal rebellion, Lord Dalhousie, year 55. So 55, it automatically becomes 1855. It's a common sense. So Lalu Prasad Yadav, Sandal Ghotala. Location was Bengal, Rajmahal Hills, the sandal trees around Raj Mahal. Then it was Navjot Singh Sidhu, we are linking with sandal, that is Sidhu and Kahanu. Second rebellion, it was the Indigo revolts, or Indigo, our picture is already Indigo flights. And if you remember Indigo flights, what was not permissible? Use of Canon camera or the Canon. During Lord Cannon we saw Indigo revolts or Indigo flights we related with camera Canon. It happened in 1859. 59 is 5 is L and 9 is P or B, but we take here P, so it becomes help. HELP, help board. So this help board, you went to the Indigo flights and there was so many help boards that they have put inside the flight. So help boards, HLP, that is 59, 5 is L, 9 is P, help board. We are relating it with Indigo flights or Indigo revolts. Deen Bandhu Mitra. Deen Bandhu, we saw in starting also. Deen Bandhu means the friend of poor people, and he wrote a play Neel Darpan about this particular revolt, Indigo revolt. Neel is actually blue, Neela is a blue, and Darpan is mirror. So Indigo launched a new scheme for poor people by distributing them blue mirror when they... Indigo is Indigo flights or Indigo revolts. Poor people, Deen Bandhu, okay? The friend of poor people. Deen means the Deen people, Deen Dukhi, okay? Deen Dukhi. So poor people, by distributing them blue mirror becomes Neel Darpan. So Deen Bandhu Mitra wrote a play, Neel Darpan, on Indigo revolts. This is a very important point to remember for exam point of view. Deccan Rights, we get 1875. 75, it is K and L. So K or C, they pronounce same. So coal. Now coal, we have a picture in our mind, and Deccan, our picture is of Deccan Chargers, the IPL team Deccan Chargers, or Deccan Chargers practicing or playing cricket with coal. Champaran Satyagraha, and Champaran we have already studied girl Champa, okay, and we are relating it with Rajkumar Shukla. Rajkumar Shukla was the local leader there at Champaran. It was the first Satyagraha by Gandhiji in Indian soil. So actor Rajkumar with girl Champa. So this Rajkumar, there's some South Indian actors also, there's some North Indian actors also. So we relate it with girl Champa, and if you remember girl Champa, we also related it with Gandhiji doing Satyagraha for magazine Girl Champa, right? Magazine is 1917, so it was 1917 Champaran. Kheda Satyagraha, Kheda becomes Peda, and it was the leader was Sardar Patel. Sardar's keeping Peda on their pagdi. Okay, so Kheda becomes Peda. It was in year 1918. So these three becomes really important. We discussed also Champaran Satyagraha, then Ahmedabad Mill Strike, and then Kheda Satyagraha. We'll again discuss it in the conceptual part also. Another peasant revolt is Mofla revolt, or from Mofla becomes Mop. Okay, and Mop, the area was Kerala, and it was in the year 1921. So, Mopla Reward, initially during Governor General's, we related with the mopping in reading room, Lord Reading. So, mopping net using Kerala, okay, using Karela. Kerala picture is Karela, and mopping net. Net is 1921, that is NT. Bardoli Satyagraha. Bardoli, we have already linked it with Sardar. Sardar Patel got the Sardar title during this Bardoli, and it was in the year 1928. 28 is NV, that is Navy. Bar doll dancing with Navy persons. Eka movement. Eka, our picture is of Ekta Kapoor. It is in the year again 1921, that is net, and the leader was Madari Pasa. So Ekta Kapoor wearing net dress. Net is 1921. Ekta Kapoor is Eka, and she is making show on Madaris. Madaris, these are the people who show different acts of animals like monkeys and all. So Madaris, she's making a show on Madaris, and it was in the area of Awadh. So these movements, they are important leaders, their years and their regions. It becomes quite important. Let's move ahead and see the milestone in education. Okay, and what we will do for remembering this milestone in education, it is to revisit our old school. Okay, we all have a picture of a school in our mind, and we are going to revisit that school. So one day, what happened? You were sitting in your home relaxing, and you received the email from your old school. Okay, your own old school. You got an email from that, and you got surprised. How come suddenly after so long, I've received an email from the old school? And in that email, they asked you to deliver one speech on McDonald's burger. Okay, on McDonald's burger, your school is asking you to deliver the speech, and that was quite strange. Why they want you to deliver speech, and that too on a rubbish topic like McDonald's burger. So email becomes 1935. 35 is 3 is M and 5 is L. So mail, email. So you received an email, and McDonald's becomes Macaulay Report on English Education. So this is the first point, 1935, Macaulay Report on English Education. So now after getting this email, and you have to deliver report, you have to deliver a speech on McDonald's, that is Macaulay Report on English Education. On fixed date, you reach your old school. On the school main gate, security guard was wearing the lawyer dress, and main gate was made up of wood. Now what happened? You reached the school, and first thing what you will see is the security guard, right, which sits on the main gate of the school. So this security guard, he was wearing the lawyer's dress. Okay, he was dressed up like a lawyer. And then you saw the main gate, which used to be of iron, like when you were there in the school. It has been made up of wood now. So what we want to remember here is 1854. 54 is 5 is L and 4 is R. So lawyer. The security guard was dressed up like a lawyer, and that gate was made up of wood. So wood's dispatch, and wood dispatch, if you remember, we related it with Dalhousie also. Horses which were used to dispatch woods. Finally, you entered into the school, and the first thing after the main gate in your school, it is a big playground. Normally in all schools it is like this only. Once you enter from the main gate, first thing is the ground, okay, or your garden. So in that garden, many students were there, and they were searching for something. Like all these students, they were searching for something in the shrubs, and security guard then told you they are hunting for the FM radio. Okay, there's one FM radio which has got lost, and they all are hunting for that. So what we want to remember here is 1883. 83, 8 is F and 3 is M. So FM radio, and it is Hunter Commission for Education. Hunter Commission for Education 1883. So it comes after, first is the email, Macaulay, right? Then these the gate, 1854 lawyer, LR 54 lawyer, Woods dispatch, main gate made up of wood, ground searching for FM radio. FM is 83, F is 8, M is 3, 83, and hunting for radios. Hunter Commission. So this is the second Hunter Commission on education. One Hunter Commission we have already seen for the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. So after completing this ground part, you went first to meet the principal, okay, your old principal. So you went to the principal room and he was talking on his Reliance mobile, and he was talking on your Reliance in his Reliance mobile, and then you saw the walls and there were so many degrees which were there all around the walls of the room. So from there you came to know like he has already attended so many universities and he is a very qualified person. So what we want to remember here is first thing is Reliance. He was talking on Reliance mobile and it becomes Relic Commission. Okay, Relic Commission, RELEIGH, Relic Commission, Indian Universities Act, right? And then he offered you the Nor soup to eat, and fourth is Nor soup. Let's move ahead now. And after meeting principal, you went to see your old classroom, okay, where you used to sit, and all students, they were really sad and they were reading some magazine, rather their own textbooks. So you went to see the class and those students there. So all those students were really very sad and they were reading the magazine. So what we want to remember here is, from sad, students were sad in the class. So Sadler University Commission, and what they were doing, they were reading the magazine. So magazine is 17, okay, 17 magazines. So 1917 we see Sadler University Commission. So after finishing your classroom, so again you got an email. You met with the security guard, lawyer, who was dressed up like lawyer. Lawyer is LR 54, and that main gate was made up of wood. So Woods dispatch. You entered inside. First was the ground, big ground. Students were hunting for FM radio. Hunter Commission in 1883. 83 is FM, right? 8 is F and 3 is M. Okay. Then you went to the principal. Principal was talking in his Reliance mobile. Reliance becomes Relic Commission, and so many degrees were there in his room. So Indian universities, he has attended many universities. Indian Universities Act, then he offered you Nor soup. Okay, so Nor is 4, 1904. Now you went to the classroom, students were sad. So Sadler Commission, they were reading magazine, 1917. Let's move ahead. And then you went to the lab, and you were surprised to see the students were taking nap there. Okay, they were sleeping there, and with their pet dogs. Okay, they all were having their pet dogs and they were sleeping in the labs. In spite of doing experiments and learning things, they were sleeping in the class. They were sad. They were not reading the textbooks. They were reading the magazines, filmy magazines. And now here in the lab also they are sleeping with their dogs. So what we want to remember here is, dog is Heart Tongue Committee, and year is 1929. NP is NAP. It seems like now servants are going to pass from this school. If students are not studying at all, then we can hope like only servants will pass from this. So servant, we get second plan in the year 1944. So just have a recap now. Macaulay report on English education, MacDonald on email. Okay, so it was 1835, then 1854 54 is lawyer, okay, that security guard, would dispatch. Then it was FM radio hunting, so Hunter Commission in 1883. After that, principal room, you see Relling Commission, Indian Universities Act 1904, 4 is North. Then you went to the classroom, Settler University Commission. Settler, all people were said, 1917, they were reading magazine, 17 is magazine, 1917. After that, you went to the lab, all were sleeping there, right? They were taking the lab with their nap with their dogs. So from dog we get hard tongue. Okay, hard tongue. Tongue becomes dog. Hard tongue. Tongue becomes dog. So hard tongue or dog. 1929. 29 is nap. And then finally you thought like now servants are going to pass from this school. Servants we get sergeant plan. So these are the sequence of events in the milestone of education. Let's go fast to the press and literature. So Portuguese, they brought first printing press to India. So Portuguese, our picture is port. Portuguese port is our picture. They brought printing press to India. First newspaper was Bengal Gazette. So Mamta Banerjee talking on Gazette mobile on first page of newspaper. Now to remember this press, first thing is newspaper. We already have a picture of newspaper in front of us. First is the headings or the name of the newspaper on the top of this. So in there we have a image of Mamta Banerjee talking on Gazette. Okay, Mamta Banerjee talking on Gazette, and Gazette is mobile on the first page of newspaper. So Bengal Gazette was the first newspaper. Then it was Samvad Comedy. It was published by Raja Ram, and Samvad, it is the conversation with the Raja Ram in Bengali. So you went to the temple of Lord Raja Ram and you are talking with Raja Ram in Bengali, and it is the first Bengali newspaper. Uh, Two governor generals which we want to link with the freedom of press, who were associated with the freedom press, were William Bentinck and Metcalfe. William Bentinck was villain Amrish Puri, whom we met in the train in our story, and you can see when you met him he was reading the newspaper. He is fond of reading newspaper. So press with newspaper. Metcalfe we have already linked in Cafe Coffee Day. In that train there were so many newspapers which are there. Whenever you go to Cafe Coffee Day, every table you will find many newspapers. So Metcalfe and William Bentinck. Vernacular Press Act, it was passed by Lytton. We have already seen that Lytton was Lipton tea, and Lipton tea doesn't taste good with the local newspaper. So vernacular is actually local language newspaper, and Lipton tea doesn't sound good with local newspaper. So Lytton was the one who introduced Vernacular Press Act. It was repealed. It was pushed back by the Ripon, Lord Ripon, and our picture for Ripon was ribbon. So you can see daily newspaper what you get comes with the ribbon. Okay, it comes with the ribbon. The whole newspaper, if this is the newspaper binded, you put a ribbon around it. Mirith ul Akar, it was again published by Raja Ram. It was the first Persian newspaper, and from Mirith we get Minarat. Okay, Raja Ram sitting on the top of Minarat. Banga Duta, okay, or the Doot, the ambassador of Bengali people, published by Raja Ram and Tagore. Tagore, our image mnemonic is tag. Rust Goftar, or rust is roasted goft. Okay, roasted goft means roasted meat. It was by Naroji. Roasted goft meat, you are painting it with Narolak or Naroji. Amrit Bajar Patrika, it is by Shishir and Motilal. Motilal, Amrita Bajar Patrika. Again, we can put an image here of maybe actress Amrita. Amrita Rao went to the bazaar to buy a Patrika, that is magazine. It was by Shishir and Motilal. Bangadarsham by Bankim Chattopadhyay. Bankim is bank. He is also important personality. So Bankim Chand Chattopadhyay, Bankim becomes bank. So you went to your bank and you saw Bangla people. There are so many Bangla people in the bank. Anand Mutt. It's an important magazine which was written by Bankim Chand Chattopadhyay, which talk about the Sannyasi revolution. Durgesh Nandini, again by Bankim Chand Chattopadhyay. So these three are very important, particularly Anand Month, where he depicts the Sannyasi revolution. Yugantar, we have already linked it with Yugantar means Yug, ending the corruption, the world of corruption by Arvind Kejriwal and by Vinda Karat. Sandhya, Brahma, Bandhab. So Brahma, Lord Brahma, Sandhya, like in the evening, you always pray Lord Brahma. Indian socialist, Shyamji, Bande Matram, Bhikaji. Bhikaji, our image was of Bhikaji Namkeen, and Shyamji, our image was of Lord Shyam, Indian house. He set up Indian house with knife. So five is knife. 1905 we learned that. Talwar, Virendranath. Virendra is our picture is of Virendra Sehwag, and in spite of batting with bat, he's batting with Talwar. Talwar is sword. Bhashisht Bharat. It was by Ambedkar. Bahishkrit Bharat means somebody who is thrown out of the society or the culture. So Bahishkrit Bharat by Ambedkar. Ambedkar, we have a image of a statue of Ambedkar. A National Herald by Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru. It was started by 1938. These days, National Herald is in news because of some summons which were issued by the court to Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi when they gave the loan to this particular newspaper, National Herald. It was started by Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru. From Herald, we get Hears, so we can link now Nehru with Hears. Bhavani Mandir, it was written by Barinda Ghosh. Again, Barinda is Vrinda Karat. So Bhavani Mandir, Vrinda Karat, first we linked with the Anushalan Samiti, or that is Anushashan discipline. Now we are relating it with Bhavani Mandir. Let's talk something about the revolutionary movement. What all things we require to remember here. Anushilan Samiti. Anushilan, we first linked it with Birinda Ghosh or Birinda Karat. Now Arvindo Ghosh also. Arvindo Ghosh is Arvind Kejriwal for us. Arvind Kejriwal is also very disciplined. We can see like he once sat on fast for approximately 10-15 days. So Anushilan Samiti, it is Arvindo Ghosh we are linking. Anushilan means Anushashan or discipline. Abhinav Bharat, it is V.D. Savarkar. These are very important for exam point of view. Anushilan Samiti linking with Arvindo Ghosh and Barinda Ghosh, and Abhinav Bharat by V.D. Savarkar. V.D. Savarkar, our picture will be of Gavaskar. So Abhinav Bharat means New India or New Bharat. Abhinav Bharat. Gavaskar tried his best to give a new India, a new Indian cricket, a new way of playing cricket and winning matches overseas. Mitra Mela. Again, it was formed by V.D. Savarkar. These are the revolutionary organizations. Khudiram Bose and Praful Chaki, it is the killing of Kingsford. Khudiram Bose, Khudi becomes Khadi, Khadi dress, and Chaki can become Chakki. So these two were involved in the killing of Kingsford. Pulindas we link with Baraha Dakoti. Bara becomes Barat or a marriage ceremony, Barat. Pulindas, Krishna Verma, Indian House. Ram Prasad Bismil, he said the famous slogan Sharf Foroshi Ki Tamanna. So Bismil we get Bisleri. Sachin Sanyal, he wrote Bandi Jeevan. Sachin Tendulkar, it can become Sachin Tendulkar. So he went to one jail to live like a Bandi. Okay, Bandi Jeevan. Chittagaon raid we associate with Surya Sen. 1930 it happened. Chittagaon raid, along with Kalpana Datta, we have already referred. Kalpana Datta. So Chittagaon, Chit is another name of your heart. So Chittagaon raid we associating with Surya Sen. Surya is sun. Amen Rao. Amen becomes moon, right? And Vanguard. It becomes guard. Okay, guard, your security guard. So security guard, given guns shape of moon. So M.N. Roy, Vanguard, it is very important. Indian Independence League, or IIL, we make it IPL, Indian Premier League. So Ras Bihari Bose set up one Indian Independence League. So these things are very important, particularly this Anushilan Samiti, Abhinav Bharat Mitra Mela. These all events of revolutionaries, their sequence, who were associated with which event. These becomes regular questions in UPSC. So here we would like to finish with the modern history mnemonics for phase one. Yes, phase two we will have, where we will cover the rest of the things. 80% of the things we have tried to cover here, but whatever we have left, so those things we will cover in the second phase of modern history mnemonics. Now next time we will start with the conceptual lectures of modern history. So we will try to cover all important concepts from exam point of view. So after that conceptual lectures, we hope like you would be able to make more than 80% or 70% of the questions correct in your future examination. And mind you, like no institute in India so far can give you the guarantee if you study for 8-10 hours modern history, and you will be able to make 70% or more than that questions correct for the last 25 years of question papers or for UPSC. It's very difficult, but we have made an attempt. And we are hoping the best, like you will be able to clear the exam in one go, and devoting much of your time for the current affairs and not for the conventional studies. So thanks for tuning in. Next time we are going to start with the conceptual movement, conceptual lectures for Indian modern history. Thanks for